Okay, so here we're watching the opening, and it's moving down. I'm not in it right now. Pre-market, we're up 90 as it is. Uh, so because of that, uh, I'm comfortable enough. And the key thing is comfortable enough with not losing. Okay, that's 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 what I mean when I say comfortable. Okay. Um, we did 90 with very little effort earlier, and so we're keeping it. I'm adjusting my screen here. So we're keeping it at 90 at this moment, and seeing what's going to happen to the market here. I mean, it looks like it's being driven down. It'll probably go to this level right here, and because of that, I'm thinking that it's going. Sometimes it just gets near a level and then reverses, and maybe that'll be the case. Right now it's 939 or thereabout, and this is, in my opinion, sometimes a fake out occurs here, so to speak, because of the upward moving candle that's happening here. Looks like it could have been a inside bar, and so yep, it's an inside bar, and then sometimes it'll go up a little bit like this and then drop again, and then yep, it could actually just be the turnaround and go back. But this might be like the mini turnaround. So what happens is the volatility can be so high here that it's very difficult to put in a what I want to call valid for me. The important word is valid for me parameters. And so here it looks like this is going to drop again. No, it looks like it's going to maybe turn around again. Like they're fighting it out here. But I'm I actually like using the tool, which is a positioning tool. Okay, and I do that because it reminds me in a very nice way uh, what my parameters are for stop loss and take profit are. And then it's my job to go within the realm of that. Okay. So if you notice, I had my stop loss here earlier. I had taken it off and I had used a mental stop loss. And the reason for that is because the volatility was high. And so when you start looking at the idea of taking your stop loss off because of volatility, that's probably a good time to quit trading, because at some point it's going to go beyond your mental stop loss. And then even if you click the button to get out and you're done, you've already lost. Okay? So I'm going to put my stop loss back on here. Um, so it looks like this is going to go up through temporarily. Okay? And I'm going to even lower my stop loss a bit here because I don't want to be losing too much of my money, so to speak. So there you see it's turning around. So this is if I enter, I'm going to do 40 ticks. Uh, and so at 60, I'm usually getting about 30. And at 40, I'm getting something like 20 by the time I lose. Okay? I'm talking dollars there, $20. So at the opening, I'm just wondering, will the trend that initially started continue, and then consider entries? Uh, and normally I'm long a long bias trader, so I'm looking for that. All right, so this might push up through here. Coming up, you have what is called this. Is this the championship trend? Like I'm trying to remember the names of these indicators. How do I get to that? I forget. I think I hover up here or something. I don't remember. Silly, right? Do I hit the plus button? All right. So there's the championship trend, right? So the championship trend is this here, right? And then there's the champion cross. Okay, so this is the cross, and then that's the trend. Okay, so here's the settings on that, the parameters, right? They're using these parameters here. It says 13. Okay, let's go back to applying it again. Okay, so it says it's going down. Now it's going down through here. Okay, and it's hitting some form of resistance as it goes down through here, right? And buyers are starting to buy coming up when it gets into this area here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I am going to buy here. Okay, and if it gets to this stop loss, then I lose. If it gets halfway up through here, I just want to get out. Okay, it's halfway out. I'm just going to flatten. Okay, so remember I was right here, and yeah, it could go crazy, but the point is I'm trying to be conservative. So I did half my take profit, so that was perhaps about a 50-point move right there. Okay, now this could just go up up up, and that's the lie that I don't want to believe. Because if I have total faith in that lie, I'm going to start losing money. It's way too easy to believe in a thesis that just is not true. So, so we're attempting to believe that we're. Now, let's see if it's going to go up through here, this championship cross, and then here's this championship trend. And what's occurring here is it's going up through the Fibonacci's here, depending on how you set it up. Basically, it's going into an up right here between these two candles. Okay. Now here's where it meets sellers. Okay. So sellers are getting met, and we're going to see if it breaks through these sellers into a bigger buying range. But basically, it's just the sellers and buyers are starting to fight it out here. We're kind of like in the middle. Not we're kind of, we are. Okay? Like volume by price exists right here. So there's not much to say at this point in my mind. You know, we're kind of like on a downward slope here coming up. So we moved up. It's 9:48. You know, we're approaching these. We approached, uh, you know, a higher low, and now we're going back down again. It looks like. Okay. And the question becomes, are we just going to go up through, or are we not going to go up through? You know, is this a reversal coming up? It's not a reversal right at the moment, I don't think, because it was the first time it approached the higher lows. And which means to me that it's going to go lower again, most likely. There, it's going down. Okay, I believe enough in that I'm going to sell one. Okay, and I just want to get out pretty much as soon as possible. Okay, it's not really doing what I wanted it to do as fast as I wanted it to do. Okay, that was not good. So here's now they're just busy fighting it out, and then the question becomes, is it going to bounce? You know, bounce upward. Okay, so it's going to drop again, and I just want to get out. And the reason I'm getting out is because they already showed me that they were fighting here back and forth. See how that candle's moving back and forth right there, and then it went back up. Now the buyers took over. Okay, so what it looks like is they're going to go up through again, I guess, and I am going to actually buy here. Okay, I'm reversing my theses a little bit, and then we're going to see what happens. And if it's not moving enough, see, because we do have a lot of sellers through here, but they were selling on the way down, and now as it goes back up, there's a volume profile. I wonder if they're going to sell again to drive it down, and I just don't know. Okay, so yep, okay, so I lost right there. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my stop loss here and do a mental stop loss. I'm actually going to buy here again, or am I? You know, there's that hesitation going on. They're really just duking this out, so to speak. I'm actually going to buy here with the stop loss off. And the reason I'm doing that is because there's a potential for this to okay, so I'm looking to see if they're going to go up through here, and I'm riding this, so to speak, but boy, this is where wrong can happen. And the other reason I'm doing this is because it's 9:51, and somewhere in here they usually will build this up, but this is a thesis that could be totally incorrect for what I'm thinking here. Okay? I wish it was right, but man, I could be totally wrong. If this drops down through here, I have about a 0.06 stop loss in my head here. All right, so it's going up through a little bit, and then I just want to get out, right? Because and the reason why I'm getting out there is because we're already in the range of the middle here, and again, it could reverse, but it looks like it's going to go up through. But here's where I want to put my stop loss back on, okay? And the reason I do that is because I don't want to forget it next time. All right, now this could just be going up again, as in up through. But just because it's going up through doesn't mean it's going to hold. Okay, so they're going up through, so yeah, I did put it on, but I gotta just flatten it out here. Okay, I'm flattening it. The reason I'm flattening it is because now what I'm working with is this little shadow here, this wick. So if it's not pushing up through the wick, I want to see no wick, okay? So I flattened it in time, you know, and also this is the time when we think like we should just quit. Like we're at 118 up, right? And the last thing we're trying to do is YOLO this account. I have to recognize at this very moment that it would be really easy to just simply, and this is not what we're trying to do. You see how this candle's going down? Now, it's easy to start chasing, okay? That's what I'm saying. It's easy to start chasing in something like this, and what occurs is then we start losing the account, because even if we enter correctly, it's just that a few seconds later, like less than a minute later, it goes against us. So it's possible that you can chase and it's just so wrong. Okay, so here I'm going to do the following. I'm going to say that again, it's such a big wick. These, when you see a lot of wicks back and forth from high to low, it means that's good chasing material, you know, to the bad side. I mean, you don't do it. Okay, so here it looks like they're going to sell off. Okay, so I'm going to enter, and I have a 40 tick loss here. Now here it's the same thing that happened. It went back up through. So I'm going to just try and get out of here as soon as possible and call it done. Like, I'm afraid I'm going to start chasing this, okay? Okay, I put 2 in, and I'm going to the upside because it looks like it's going to go up, but so you see how the chasing happens, and I'm screwing up. Then you want to take the stop loss off. So I'm already realizing I'm chasing, okay? All right. Just because that worked out for me doesn't mean it worked out for me mentally, okay? So yeah, so here we didn't really make anything or lose anything. It's like a $2 difference, right? But I'm going to consider that this is going to move up through here now. And yet it's 956, you know? But this is where I'm going to have to quit, because the again, I have the fear of chasing here coming up, okay? There's another $5 or thereabout. Okay, so now we're up to 124. Like, I'm chasing it upward. I'm talking about, well, what I'm saying is, how to say this, there's 2 forms of chasing in my mind, right? There's the chasing of the up and down. This is terrible. When I'm going to say this, when you get involved in this, how many of you could do this? In, out, in, out, in, out, in, out. That's just chasing the wicks. You're literally being wagged by the dog with these tails. You're grab and hold and then thinking it's going to go in the same direction. Nope, it goes opposite against you. Okay, and then the other one is you're chasing downward, something like this, and then it's going the opposite direction. Okay, so there's 2 forms of chasing here. This really isn't chasing, so to speak, but it is. It's like you chase upward, you chase downward, but this can chop you up really terribly, the account. So this is a good example of 2 different price dynamics here going on. Okay, so what you need to consider is patience. Okay, this patience is you know how patience is supposed to be a virtue and all this. Well, it certainly is something that you need to acquire. I don't care what you call it, but it's, you know, following at this moment. Following your strategy is more important than ever. Otherwise, you'll get chopped up here. Okay. So what I was doing here was I was following a strategy where it was going up through, and then down, up, down, but that's it because it's getting narrower and narrower, and then I want to see if a trend develops. Okay, I'm talking about this cloud here. Okay, like it was moving up to the cloud. Okay, I'm thinking maybe it'll go up through. Okay, I caught it a little bit. That's it. Okay, but overall, it's all trending downward. Where did my championship trend go? Wait, let me apply that again. Okay. Is it the range breaker I'm looking for?
Oh,
There's that championship cross. I'm trying to find my trend line. There it is. Okay, so I'm looking at this, as it's going. Okay, so it's proven it's going down. So here I am actually going to sell, and I still got 40 ticks, but I should really put this to 60. Okay, because it went up down through they're pushing it. Okay. All right, so there we go, and I'm getting out because I'm up through the wick here, like I was right here when I got out, and then it's moving forward more, okay, meaning against me, but I got out right here, okay. So here's an example. So we got another $10 or thereabout to the account, okay, and I don't recommend actually trying to catch this all the time. It's better to just know that it's going in a downward direction, and because it's going in a downward direction, just try to follow a trend, okay, and try to get at minimally 0.06, but and we're talking percent here, but definitely if you can get somewhere from 0.06 to 0.3, that's better, so to speak. All right, so we're now moving up, and I'm going to guess this is going to move up. It's 10 o'clock, and are the Bears definitely taking over? I mean, losing it here? Are the Bulls taking over? We're in a really we're in an inside candle here when it comes to the body of the candle. It's about ready to go up through, though, is what it looks like. But is it? For instance, are we running into a fake out like we did here? It already went down pretty good. We're going to find out, right? And the key thing is I'm not entering, okay? And the problem I run into is it starts going up, and I didn't enter, and I missed the move, okay? Which could possibly happen. But no, it's going down again because it's still ranging, it looks like. Plus, we're ranging to the downside today, okay, at this moment. Up through, there was a change of character literally at the opening, okay, from 8 o'clock in the morning, right, till 9:30, we were in an upward trend, okay? So the fear is this is going to be, you're going to go on the wrong side, possibly, thinking it's going to go up again, and it might. That's the point of manipulation, okay? You get caught on the side that's not correct. So it looks like they are going to move up through here. But this is where it could turn around again, and then we're like, oh dear God, because we're at the top of the range there somewhat. Not really. Top of the range is at around 564. Okay, about right here, about that. There's 565. Okay, so it breaks out technically once you get to this range here, this range level. For the short term, so to speak. So it's trying to move up through there, and the question is it going to succeed? And this is where if you take this, I got that stop loss in. Is it just going to creep up through? I'm not in, okay, because we're literally look at the range here. This isn't trending, okay. Trending is here to here, but true trending is, let's go to the 5-minute, okay. Here's trending, okay. here's ranging, okay? And we're waiting for it to break out of the range here, here. Right now you're in the middle of the range almost, but it looks like it's in the middle of the range moving up, and that's where we could run into issues. Okay, so hey, I'm gonna call it a day here pretty soon. It's like 10:03, and you know, it's been a day that we can chalk up to success at this moment. We'll see if that happens. And then the question is, how many of you guys start to trade when you shouldn't be, right? It's something that I'm working on. Shouldn't be trading is when nothing's happening, okay? And it's a discipline thing that you know, I'm cultivating and working on. But overall, in the last month, you know, turnarounds have happened. I've only been doing this for about 3 years, and the first year was really just demo trading, which I think there's some pluses to demo trading for a while and then not, but it builds the habit when you have demo trading that it's so easy to just reset the account that it's not realistic at all when it comes to entering into these evaluations with these prop firms. And the reason for that is because you just can't keep resetting the account without feeling the pain of having to spend money. Okay, so all right, so here we're in the middle, you know, on the bottom end of the middle for the range, but we're trending, not trending, we're down from the opening. Okay, so are we going to actually go up here? You know, and you know, I think it's going to go up here, so I am going to buy, and I'm going to put this to 60 if I have to buy again, and then I'm going to call it done. This is the move up that I've been waiting for. I hope. Like I'm when I say hope, it means I'm making a decision. Okay. All right. So there's the move that I'm going to catch. It looks like. All right. I'm going to get out. Okay. And the reason I got out is because it started, the shadow started to grow downward, meaning it started to lose. Now here, it could go up again, but the but is it? Now here I'm waiting for the time to change, okay, to see if it's going to go up again. For instance, here's the minute candle. It's going to close in 10 seconds, okay? So that's something else I'm always looking at. Now it looks like it's going back up through. I'm going to buy again here, and then this is where the fail could happen, okay? Okay, I got out, and so it went up, went down, I got out, because I don't know if it's going to really just go down, 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 okay? So it looks like it's trying to go up through. This is the change of character coming up perhaps in the short term. It's not really changed. It's not a proven change yet. We're in the process of change, so we don't know if it'll hold, okay? We don't know if it's going to hold. And this is where, because we don't know if it's going to hold, I'm going to stay out. I'm just catching the initial move here, okay? Now what occurs is, for me, we don't know what's going to happen, is what I'm saying, okay? Not 100%, you know? I mean, this has been proven that it's been going down since 9:30. Well, here it's going up. What's to say that, you know, it's not going to be driven down in the next 3 candles, you know? I don't know, you know? You know, just being driven down here, right? Just that little poof downward is a problem, okay? Because what occurs is when this poofs downward, then and you're long, then you think, oh, it's going to go long again, and it might right here, right? And then but the point is, you could go on the wrong side, and then so here I thought it would be going down. I could have entered down. Now it's moving up, okay? So they're going to, looks like they're going to push upward here. So I'm going to buy and hold now this time around just for a little bit. And it's a different little topic, right? Okay. Here the buyers might be gathering themselves to push this upward. Okay. So here I'm going to hold this until it gets down to this bottom of this wick at this point. Okay, it's like I'm changing my entries and exits why I'm doing it. Okay, and it's because, you know, again, it could prove wrong. Okay, it already took me out. Okay, but here is where I'm going to move this to 100. Okay, and the key thing is buy just one. Okay, so I'm buying just one. It's 10:08. Okay. All right. This is an example of what was looking wrong before, right? So I want to flatten this out. Okay. And I want to rebuy here. Whoop! I bought two by accident. Okay, good. I only bought one. All right. And the reason I'm doing that is because the buyers prove that they held, but this is also where, you know, wrongness can happen. Okay, and this is where I'm trying to build a position now. Okay, so we're at 124. Okay, so if I lose 20 bucks here, you know, meaning if I lose 40, right, then I lost a chunk of my, you know, my money. But that's the nature of the theses here. Okay, so if this goes down to here, then I'm just going to say, oh, I called it wrong. Okay. And one thing I want to do, right? You see this here? I want to move this down to the bottom, like about right to there, I'm going to say. Okay, so this here has been proven that it's going down. So I don't know if I want to lose any more than what I'm losing right here. Okay. All right. So this is where I'm going to enter 3, and I'm buying. Okay. And just like that, I think we're going to make up everything and then some. Okay. At least I hope so. You know that this is all about a hope, right? Ugh. Okay, we're at $98. Okay, I want to flatten that out. Oh, God. I was too busy looking instead of staying where I belonged. Okay? So now they're just pushing us downward. I screwed that up. So this is where you know, we can get into trouble with DCAing, dollar cost averaging, and boy, it just sucks when you're calling it wrong. Okay, so it's up again. You know, are the buyers going to push this up through? All right, so they're going to push it up through. I've got 3 in there. I've got we're at 2 seconds past, so they took over. Okay, and I'm flattening at 112. All right. So the key thing is don't have too much in there. But where did we go? So we're at $210, right? So like I said, we're going to finish this for the day, and we're going to make sure we're down to this. I'm going to make sure I reverse this and put this to my standard, which is 60. And remember when I said earlier we're just going to quit? That's what that means. We're just going to quit. Okay? So with that being said, it's been great trading with you all, and you know, there's the positivity of the day, and then tomorrow's a new day, and we'll see what happens. All right, have at it. Bye.